Hello, group 3, my pineapples. If you picked this group, this is your Lightworker Starseed reading. So, we're going to start off with a series of questions. Group 3 and the tarot are going to start throwing things out right away. So the first card for you is your energy as a light worker. You have Knight of Wands. Look at this. You're willing to jump through hoops. You want to get moving. You want to go fast. You want to get there and you want to do things. The Knight in shining armor, that is so totally you. You're there. You want to be there for others. You want to, if it's a project or something for yourself, you just want to go, go, go. A lot of passion, a lot of fiery energy, a lot of movement. You're not afraid to go. You're not afraid to travel. You're not afraid to get moving when you're called to do so. Now, the knock on this would be that, or the caution that I will give you, my pineapples, is make sure that you're moving in a good direction. And I feel like sometimes that's not even like a worry for you or a concern with you, because I feel like if you run over here and that's not where you're supposed to be, well, you'll just go where you are supposed to be. So, but a lot of energy here, which is great. Second card, why have you incarnated this time? You're ready for some change. You're ready to enact change. You're ready to be the change, and you are ready to help others change. We also have, and I love this, and it kind of does remind me of the pineapple in a way, because we have like our surface, which is, for the pineapple, we've got kind of like this hard, crusty, piney surface. And then underneath, we've got this really beautiful, this sweetness that you want to enact, that you want to transform. You want to transform for other people. You want to transform for yourself. You're not afraid of change. You're not afraid of movement. You're not, like I said, kind of here, you're not afraid of change, because when you go in a direction and that's not where you thought it would be or where you wanted it to be, you're fine. You're going to move in a different direction. Which is a great way to look at change. Again, maybe sometimes it could be too quick. That gives some things a chance, but yeah, these cards want to pop out for you. So how can your energy be of service? And I feel like we've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. So we have these very high energy cards coming out. What I've been cautioning you about, okay, make sure you're going in the right direction. You might want to slow down just a little bit, peel back that energy. That's what the Two of Pentacles is saying. You can see here that she's got things balanced, and she is kind of doing a juggling act while she balances herself on these buildings. But when it comes in reverse, sometimes it can be overwhelming. So remember your balance. Bring things into balance. Don't move someplace. If you're on I'm seeing a teeter-totter, and you're more than happy to jump off that teeter-totter, but sometimes when you do, the person on the other end gets dropped very quickly. Okay, so your energy can be of service when we dial it back just a little bit, maybe give you a little wider perspective. I know you're super energetic. You're so excited to do your work, to be here, and that is great, but you might need to dial it back. And then next we have the Seven of Wands reverse, and this is how can you come into deeper self-awareness. I feel like sometimes you might be resisting that deeper self-awareness. I feel like you're just you're I'm so adaptable. I don't need to, but I feel like there is some sort of we could go deeper into it. The Seven of Wands, this is an interesting Seven of Wands. How traditionally, it's interesting because how traditionally the Seven of Wands is depicted is kind of here in his tattoo, where we've got a person and they're being attacked, and like you're holding the higher ground, and you're being kind of resistant to them. You're not these cards don't say you resisted at all. They say that you're kind of going with, you're more than willing to go with the flow. Even if you catch a little ripple, you'll run in that direction. And I feel like when we have the Seven of Wands reversed, that it's saying, it's echoing this, that you are not necessarily fighting against other people, but you'll move away from them, which is great. So when we are talking about deeper self-awareness, I do love the imagery here of breaking down barriers, kind of understanding yourself better. When I see this card, particularly, from this particular deck, even though we don't have strength here, it reminds me of strength. It reminds me of mastering yourself, mastering your understanding of yourself, because then you're not so susceptible to what other people say to you, and not necessarily that piece applies to you, but I feel like, you're coming into balance with some things and understanding that you could slow down a little bit. You can breathe a little bit. You can not be resistant to change, but flow with it. Like this change, these flowers, they take a little bit of time to grow. We want to water that grass. We want to honor this growth and really be a part of it. And then how can you honor your gifts? How can group 3 honor their gifts? And we'll get more cards out here that deal with gifts in a moment. So Ace of Pentacles reversed. It's interesting because I feel like, and I felt the need to tell you that we'll get more cards out here in a moment to discuss your gifts a little bit more, to define them a little bit more, because I feel like what you need to do is allow your gifts to grow. Plant that seed, let it grow. And I feel like when we get the Ace of Pentacles in reverse here, that it's interesting that you would be resistant to you growing your gifts. And I almost feel like, this Knight of Wands energy where you move from here to here to here, that you're not giving whatever point or whatever that direction enough time to really grow, enough time to really for that seed to plant and to take hold. Okay. And it's also interesting that I feel like all of the groups, at least especially group 1, were a little bit resistant to their gifts and weren't really, well, I know all of you guys were, because it is kind of, well, how do I develop my gifts? How, and the card here is like, well, you grow it, you honor it, you develop it. Interesting too that, like, I don't know what my gift is, right? Your gift is whatever direction that you go in and you give it time to grow. So it can be anything that you want it to be. If you want to read tarot, for instance, it's just honoring yourself and allowing it time to grow. If you want to channel, or you want lucid dreams, anything like that. It is just connecting with that energy long enough to let it root and take hold, so that you can see it grow. And I almost feel like you're somebody who can develop a lot of gifts, and maybe you're fine with, developing each gift a little at a time, and that's okay. It really is up to you how you want to do it. I feel like, you know, maybe some of the things aren't taking hold. Interesting cosmic flower when I'm talking about growth, and anyway. So cosmic flower, the frequency of the cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Oh, that's really interesting. Remembrance of the place that we call home. Okay, so if you are identifying as a starseed or a light worker, starseed in particular, you may feel drawn to like being a fish out of water, like this isn't really where you belong, but you're here for something. You're here to experience, you're here to enjoy, you're here to grow. Source energy would be the place that we call home, connecting with your soul, connecting with yourself, however you identify source energy. If that is God or Muhammad or Buddha or Jesus, that is okay, however you connect in that way. It could be also that you don't really connect with any of those. You are drawn to Palladians, for instance, or Arcturians, or something of that nature. Not Atlantis, like something that draws you. I feel like there's knowledge, like if something that I've mentioned resonates for you, or you feel like you want to explore that more, I think that would be important for you and important for your growth. We also, and especially if you feel, like I said, that fish out of water, if you feel like you don't belong on earth, you feel like you're different from everyone else, connecting with source often can help you at your spiritual core. And it's very much, you don't have any cups cards here, but like the Ace of Cups often talks about, not pouring from an empty cup, feeling fulfilled. And I feel like when you have this energy here and you're so willing to change, that's probably what the Two of Pentacles is talking about with our balancing things out. Let's see, what else do we have? I also feel like meditating and connecting with your soul, with your source, with your higher self, can help you discover gifts that you're supposed to develop. And what else does group 3 need to know? What do our pineapples need to know? Group 3, pineapples. What do pineapples need to know? Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So much connected to the energy of being a co-creator here, that the way things were, the way things are, that we can do better, that we can create better patterns, that we can create healing of those patterns. And what else does group 3 need to know? Nice, the crumbling. And I say nice because, breaking chains and crumbling, like you're here to create change. Like the Death card says, you're here to do that, to enact the change. This one in particular, though, it says, why are you, or what are you clinging to? So as above, so below. If you want to enact change in the world around you, the first thing that you need to do is enact change in your life. And this can happen, and I love it over the Seven of Wands, because I feel like, you know, this card was your deeper self-awareness. This card was like opening up those bars, like what is holding you back, what is imprisoning you. It can be toxic beliefs, it can be you know, a sense of yourself where you are not fully, I don't want to say fully functioning, maybe fully functioning as your true self. Maybe you are doubting yourself. Yeah, Seven of Wands could talk about like your doubt, self-doubt. And that might be too, sometimes self-doubt is masked, especially when we have this energy of the Knight of Wands in your movement. Like, no, I'm fine with change. Look, I'm moving here, I'm moving here, I'm moving here. But you're not really fully sitting in that moment to feel that change. Oh, look at this, Seven Sisters. Birthing, creation, tapestry of life, expression. So Seven Sisters refers to seven stars that are together. So what is so interesting about the Seven Sisters is they have determined that the story of the Seven Sisters is the oldest story on Earth. Now, we can't really know that, but we can know that the story of the Seven Sisters has been passed down for 100,000 years. And the reason that we know this is because there are seven stars, but currently there's only visible 6 stars, because as they have moved and as the Earth has shifted, as things have moved, like 2 of the stars have gotten so close together that they appear to the naked eye as one star. So when these 6 stars, presumably, were referred to as 7 stars, like the last time that humans were able to spot that without having a telescope, was 100,000 years ago. So that's their hypothesis. Other than, you know, maybe there's advanced civilizations that had microscopes or telescopes that could see that. That's something else, but just throw that interest there because that story interests me so much. Also, the Seven Sisters, that is represented in the logo for Subaru. So, not that that relates to the reading, but so you know. And I believe that's also the area of the area that the Pleiadians are said to come from. So you might want to check into the Pleiadians and their energy and see if that resonates with you. It might be a good place for you to start with your new growth. And what else does group number 3 need to know? One more card for group number 3. Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. So for you, and maybe that's why, like I feel like you're like over here and over here and over here and over here, because at the root of it, you understand and know, like you just want to experience everything. You want to experience as many things as possible. I just feel like slowing down maybe a little bit, gaining a mastery over certain things. He almost looks like an acrobat, or she. It looks very much like the, spinning through the air, Cirque du Soleil kind of thing. And you don't do that kind of thing without having a mastery at something. Remember that the master has failed more times than the beginner has tried. And if you love to do something until you run into a complication of it, This might be your, and if this is resonating with you, might be your call to spend a little bit more time on it, learn a little bit more, go a little bit deeper. Like there are lessons in not only experiencing something for the first time, but experiencing something fully, experiencing something, like going deeper into something, focusing in on something a little bit deeper. And what that thing is for you, well, you get to decide what it is for you. Again, I feel like some meditation is in order. I feel like connecting with your higher self, your higher soul, and maybe investigating some Pleiades energy to discover that for you, my lovely pineapples. So that is what I have for you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Sending you all my love, and except for the love I sent to group 1 and group 2. But love just grows. So sending you all my love, and I hope you to see you in the next reading. Thank you.